No
We
break
got a
screen at the
wizard to
beginning.
kill, right?
A specific wizard? I think it
Yeah.
was more of
Okay,
a
well, it was
cabal of wizards.
a nebulous group of wizards.
Yeah.
We got magic tea. We got to beat up. We got to beat up magic elves.
Find information was the technical definition, but I'm really not going to argue if
This is
that
going to be
is
Blades in the Dark. You're going to find
all
information by
we
beating
know.
people up.
Ooh,
My
Torture
favorite
is an
guy.
effective form of interrogation.
speaking of Blades in the Dark, I know
That's
we
the
have
Guantanamo Bay guards.
4 games lined up after this.
We do.
But also, did you see the D&D bad guys Blades of the Dark hack?
I did
Where
not.
you're
I saw
monsters
that.
and you loot towns. You have to go looting.
I saw this on TikTok and
Me
I
too,
saved
I
the
really
video
wanna
talking
play it.
about it. I want to play it.
What's it called?
You play. It's you would probably remember it ago because it's in my camera roll. It's like saved as like this guy talking about it.
I have it saved on TikTok, so it's not better.
I don't have a TikTok account. I just scroll through TikTok.
Oh.
Do
Please
they
find
do
it.
that?
Wicked ones.
Yeah, wicked ones.
Okay.
But you're like a group
You're the
of,
evil
like
D&D group.
Yeah, you're
No,
like an orc
you're
and
the
a kobold and a skeleton,
Oh,
and you
you're
gotta go
the
loot a town.
Oh, that's great.
It
I
sounds
see
so
it
much
now.
fun.
Yeah,
There's a free
build a
edition on
dungeon,
Drive
launch
Thru.
raids,
Yeah, your
pursue
base is a
nefarious master
dungeon.
plans.
You
It's
have
forged in
to
the dark.
improve your dungeon as you level up. That is your home turf. It is your dungeon. It's hilarious. It's
that is
great. I
great.
love it.
I'm also going to just make a note of this for their Kickstarter for
Yeah.
their print version. Looks like a good thing to make notes on for a hypothetical print version for this game. Don't worry about it.
Because science.
Yeah, it's just even the free version. It gives you, let's see here, 9 monster playbooks, 5 dungeon themes, so 5 playbooks and 5 crew playbook.
Yeah.
Or
I see
9
it.
playbooks, 5
9
crews.
5 crews, and then a sandbox map
That's
and
so
a clear
much.
session
That's
0,
great.
session 1.
Yeah, that's
I-
very
I-
impressive for free.
I feel at this point we have to mention this is not a sponsored stream.
No,
Nope.
No.
This is stuff we saw.
This
Hashtag
is
not
stuff we
sponsored.
saw and liked.
Yeah. I remember seeing this and went, "Oh, I gotta save that to talk to everyone about it." And then it went,
Yeah, this looks
"How do I break?"
great.
It sounds really fun. Like this.
Yeah.
Have you ever played the board game or the card game Boss Monster? This is like
No.
a bigger version of Boss Monster.
I love this.
Yeah, I'm
It made me think of, I forget what it's called, but it's a card game that's basically you're the minions and one person. This changes every round. One person plays the evil overlord, and your
Wait.
job went wrong, and you have to blame everyone else. Otherwise, you'll get like leered at to death.
Oh,
That's
I don't know
great.
that one. But Boss
Also-
Monster, everyone has their own dungeon, and you're competing to be the most popular dungeon.
Am I wrong, or did they get 27 million pounds? Oh, yen. That's yen.
That would be why the number is high.
Okay. That makes more sense. Like, why aren't people talking about this more? Oh. I don't know why it's showing yen to me. Was that, like, their currency, or was that just because I'm not logged in? Hold on.
Even so,
that's
why?
still $200,000.
That's
Just-
still, yeah, a lot. Cool. So, anyways, I was gonna make a segue, but we're basically on that. On to the killing and looting while we're in town game.
Looting.
Yeah,
We're not
Loot
looting. We're
and
fighting
murder.
wizards. We're on wizard hunt.
Actually,
no.
Murder was last
Marissa's character has looted this entire place, and the entire house is now theirs, according to their move. So there was looting.
Yeah, I forgot. You did kill an old man after we
hold
kicked
on.
him out of his house.
To be fair, you guys took over his house. Me and
legally.
Zed killed
We
him.
legally acquired property.
Under duress, I think,
Exactly.
makes it
Yeah.
not legal.
Yeah, there was certainly some intimidation going on.
This is a lot
I
of
don't-
legalese for for this level of society. I do believe duress is not a clause ever mentioned in this. I got the contract signed. It's a done deal now. We'll get fairness in like a century.
Either way, now there's no witnesses.
That's true.
So, you all are in a relatively abandoned house. I think we rested. Did we rest or did we not rest at the end of last? No, we
Oh,
settled
we-
at the
I
beginning
think-
of last session.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did
we-
not.
we did.
We
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 did
did
not
not
settle
settle
in
in
at
it
the end.
because I still have 6 XP, so I mean
I
I
have
didn't
10.
level up.
Okay, cool.
And I'm hoping to at least spend a little bit of time making some poisons with the off time here.
Yes.
Settle in time.
So your dragon, after this is all dealt with, and you are all probably like clearing out the house. I think we
Yeah.
decided that you guys were going to make the basement area sort of hidden, and that was your real lair. And if anyone came
Yep.
knocking, it looked abandoned from the main floor.
Yeah, I think we found actually a hidden room that was already kind of connected, but yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The safe room. We found the safe room of
Yes,
the house.
you did.
That was it.
Okay.
So yeah, collect it all up there and trying to figure out what we're doing next.
For Foley, as you're doing that, your dragon is sniffing around a bit, as they do with their crystalline nose. And then they say to you, mentally, something feels off about this place.
Off like a stinky cheese, or like off in like a emotional / magical way.
Something smells familiar. I don't think it's good, but I can't place it.
I mean, this is the Fae Wild.
I have never been here
so-
before that I remember.
We were just here, like, not that long ago. Oh, wait, no, you stayed outside. I forgot.
Indeed.
Well, if this triggers any sort of memory, because, sometimes when you smell a thing, you'll be like, oh, that reminds me of this. And you'll have, like, a little memory.
I will ruminate on it and let you know if anything comes to mind.
You got it, dude.
Are we settling it?
That's up to you.
No.
I don't think you want to, though. From
We don't want to settle in.
We
I
don't
think
wanna
you're not
advance any
really
force.
settling and just spending some time.
We're taking a breather.
Yeah,
Carrying around
totally different because
doing
you're
some
doing
stuff.
errands. I think mostly is what you're doing.
Does anyone need any sort of healing?
Also, as a reminder, one of your NPC friends is just not here anymore.
Yeah,
The
bug man.
skeleton.
Yes.
That's why I
Good.
wanted to level up so I could get the wizard ritual thing so I could summon him.
Well, we learned in an after credit scene, we
It
as
doesn't matter if I
players
summon
now
him.
know
You have a hunch for some reason that he might be
important.
doing something.
Just the past king of the Fey realm.
Yeah, I'm not hurt at all. So while they do that, can I don't know. What's around here? We in like a neighborhood?
Yeah, we're like in
Um,
a cul-de-sac, right?
So, you haven't really looked outside before. You're not.
Just
You're,
go outside.
yeah, there's
Yeah,
several
no,
like
we-
old-fashioned 1920s cars parked outside. There's like paved road. There's birds. No.
Well, we looked outside because those.
You did look
people
outside
came-
at the person,
yeah.
but we didn't really describe what outside in general was. I think too much.
Yeah,
think
so
you
while
did
they're
there were a few more
renovating,
abodes, and
while
everything
they're
was.
renovating, Bert's
sort of-
walking the neighborhood.
Bert is going to get
Is
killed.
Bert walking the neighborhood, looking like Bert?
I look like yeah, what else would I look like?
Okay.
Maybe an elf, otherwise you're going to die.
You-
Does anyone?
Do you tell anybody you're gonna go walk?
Yeah,
the
I was gonna say.
I'm gonna look around. I'm looking for I'm gonna go find the corner store. You guys keep moving the couches.
Would a falcon blend in here? Because mushroom guy definitely doesn't.
Mushroom guy definitely doesn't. A falcon, you haven't seen any around, but they're smaller than a mushroom guy. They'd probably blend. They'd stand out less. Plus, you can get an
Alright.
aerial view of stuff.
Yeah, I will go falcon mode and just follow.
Okay.
So no one needs healing because I'm better at healing someone and healing myself at the same time.
Nope, I'm good.
I am quite happy being muddled, actually.
Cool. So my ability is just useless. Great.
Not right now.
Okay. So I guess my first question is, you are following then?
Mhm.
You're following Bert then, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see a roll for that.
Okay. Oh, I got a shapeshift.
Yep.
That's 4. Okay, cool. Um,
Oh, what's your instinct?
to
Oh.
hunt.
You're just gonna pick up some little kid playing in his backyard.
So I think in this case, um,
Oh, but this is only when you try and shapeshift back?
Oh, did I hit the wrong one?
you
Yeah, I hit the
did.
wrong one. On a 7 and 9, you still transform, but you're put into a spot or draw and one at attention.
And it doesn't say what
There is
happens on
no
a 6
6
minus? Cool.
minus.
So I think you can't transform. Something about this place, as you reach out to like the spirits of the animals you've attuned to, you also sense something else. At first, it just feels like I don't think you don't require um, the spirits of nature from the environment to transform, though you can tell those aren't here. But you can tell there's some other power or like aura something through here that's almost stifling your ability to transform. Until it has been dealt with, if it can be, you won't be able to while in the Feywilds. While in the city part of the Feywilds, specifically.
Well,
That's way better than giving you mushroom body, bird brain. So let's count our blessings here because it could have gone the
fair.
other way.
That is fair. All right. Well, then I will just sneak and skulk.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So Bert,
I'm going to examine the neighborhood is what I'm going to do.
yes, okay.
So we have a role involved, and the question is, how can I gain the upper hand in this suburban elven neighborhood?
So let me describe the neighborhood in some more detail as you're leaving. So the house you are in is sort of at the edge of one of the large, like, city block width branches that all, of course, come out from the trunk of this giant tree. Looking around, the branches seem to be made of this same gleaming, almost like slightly almost metallic or maybe slightly glittery wood. Like it has this sheen to and small sparkle to it that it feels like it shouldn't. Um, the ground is just basically that wood that's been carved flat, carved or shaped somehow flat. Many of the houses seem to also be carved or built out of that same wood. Um, Ahead of you, this house is just at the end of one of the branches. Behind it is just that branch basically gets too thin to support anything. There's probably like a small, basically like fenced backyard for this manor in the back, but nothing that can support any other major structures. Ahead of you are a couple more smaller um, abodes that have been carved out. Still very nice, not as nice as the one that you are in. Um, and then after only 3 or 4, the branch reaches the trunk of the tree, where there is, I think all you see from out here and from a distance is a hollow archway. It looks like it's like, yeah, it's a hollow archway that leads into the trunk of the tree. Um, Around, you can still see dozens or maybe even hundreds of other branches of varying size sprouting from this like mountain-sized trunk. Um, and all of them that you see have similar buildings carved into them above you and below you. Looking up, and you hear now that you're outside, you hear the very, very faint occasional distant thuds of a meteor crashing into some kind of energy shield that seems to be protecting the tree. Now let's roll to examine to see what else you see.
I'm going to push myself. Yep. Wisdom. 3 dice. Advantage. 7.
Okay. Ask one question. You said it was how can you gain the upper hand?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think you. Your. I'm going to check what you mean by upper hand. Do you mean literally how do you get to the top of the tree? Or do you mean like on just the general situation, know what's going on, know where to go next? Like,
Or do you want to take
are you
over
looking
the
for a
HOA?
lead or are you looking for a grappling hook?
I want to. The upper hand being able to conveniently walk around where no one's gonna like mess with me in this town.
Okay.
I want to I want to know how to let everyone know I'm the big man in town now, and I'm not to be trifled with.
Blackbird
need-
has rolled into town.
You need a brim on your gnome hat, and then you need to have a little
That's
badge and your
sacrilegious.
gun on
No,
your
no
hip.
brims. Gnome hats are perfectly
Meanwhile,
conical. Like, what do you mean? Brim?
I'll back at the house as you're, trying to figure out how to be big person in town. I'm disguising myself as an actual elf. Thank you. Now go enjoy your version.
We'll discuss.
This is
that.
the most in character way I could gain the upper hand.
So Bert and Mike, both of you, as an answer to this, hear sort of a high pitched like it's a horn, but it almost sounds like it's someone singing like a clear single note. And I think that echoing from somewhere up above, it sounds like it's coming from somewhere in the upper trunk of the tree, but it sounds clear and not muffled or anything like that. You can hear someone shout that there is an announcement from the Queen in like 30 minutes. Meet at and there's like meet along the spire, and there will be some kind of speech being given. So if you want to get and then I think over time, the announcement ends, and I think you see people from the few houses that are close to you and from the closer branches that are near you start to trickle out of their abodes. You are able to hide. I don't think they're looking for you right now as they start slowly heading in and towards the arch.
That seems the place to be.
The Fae themselves they look like they're all dressed in like pastel fade, like colorful but faded colors, mostly robes, the ones that you see. They're nothing like the ones you saw before in like armor, and some of them had like almost bug-like wings. Those were artificial bug-like wings, but yeah, these are very much civilians and look very different.
Well, I'm not really dressed like a typical human, so it should be fine.
Okay.
These are the clothes of gnomes, but big.
Yep. Definitely the same as a faded, like, pale green robe.
Yeah.
Mike,
Blue coat, red pants.
are you
Pretty
coming
flex.
with?
As long as I think I can maintain not being seen, yes.
Okay. While that is happening, or Foley, what are you up to?
I'm making the place look like a lair, I guess, because everyone else left.
We just left you
Smell
moving
around.
furniture at home.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Mike, can you, guys?
He's like halfway down the stairway with a couch.
Yeah.
Guys, I can't hold this by myself.
This is heavy. Hello. Just slowly fall back.
Your dragon just watches.
I guess I'll try and investigate, like, So, as I push the couch off of me, so when you said this place like smelled familiar, do you mean like in here or the general place?
This whole realm.
Mm.
Something feels disturbing. We should be on guard. I know that's silly to say, but
Mm.
I fear the Fae may not be the only danger here.
All right. I'm gonna go raid Catham's closet for disguise clothes.
Wise, is what Zadrak says.
Mhm.
The
You get there.
shortest, stockiest Fae.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
I'm
sure
big
this guy
boned.
has like a wardrobe just filled with cravats, though. So you're gonna be in that closet for a minute.
well, I think
Yeah.
when you get to the closet, you might find it's already been raided, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds fairly reasonable. As mentioned between sessions here, I picked up the disguise kit with another background, so I've been.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, so the disguise kit is just this guy's clothes. Like that is your disguise kit. You packed up all of his trunks and you put
Maybe
them in
some more
your
stuff.
room.
Silly putty. We can, make the ear thingamajiggers, patch those on.
So I have scraps, is what you're saying.
Yeah, there's like one poofy shirt and like some pants with bells on them.
Basically, you find me there fiddling with the disguises. If you, ask, maybe I can hand you something as well. But I don't know what. I don't really know exactly how well a very short and stocky disguised dwarf will work here.
I'm tall for my kind, okay? I'm 4'3", thank you very much.
Body
4'3".
hair tends to stick out the silk.
Yeah, that's why I need the
Bristly.
poofy shirt.
And are you about ready to save?
How dare you?
Then I'm not sure how well this disguise will work for you.
Asking me to shave is like asking me to. Are you ready to cut off your head?
Not anytime soon, no.
I am offended. I am very tempted to get rid of favor with you, but I already owe you favor. It's
In which
fine. My friends can go out and have fun, and I'll make sure the house is cleaned. It's okay.
Do you have any other way to disguise yourself? I don't know. Can you go invisible or something else?
Would you think I could go invisible? Not all dwarves could go invisible. Those are the dwarves that have access to the invisibility dimension.
Yeah, that's a good
Okay,
point.
okay,
The,
look.
the invisibility ore is very rare. The Emperor's new armor.
Some people say that it's really them just selling nothing and telling you you're wearing clothes. Like
But
the
it does
Emperor's
stop
new clothes.
axes.
Yeah. It's very good for stopping assassination attempts because people think they're about to hit you and then it just stops like an inch away.
But it's very itchy, so sometimes if you're wearing it, you just want to wear
There's
that. It's like very hot.
fiberglass, like something.
Well, look.
Invisible asbestos.
Oh god, that's awful. Oh, that would cause so many problems. with
That's why we have
people.
so much body hair.
Filters it out.
I mean, we've already filtered the alcohol out of.
So,
So, look, I might not have disguise that'll work for you, but look, don't tell the others, but we might have a way to get us around wherever we need to be without actually going out. Where do we need to go first?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
I don't know. I was following your lead.
Okay, fine. How about
That-
that Magi place that they?
Yeah, that's what we were doing.
Okay, then let's just go there. Here, just one moment, and I'm going to pull out my sword, and kind of turn my back so that we're not noticing. Stab it into the ground, mutter the magic words, and teleport us to the Magi place.
okay. So,
I wasn't conscious for this last time, but
my
this went
question
swimmingly
is-
last time you did it.
No one
you
knows
have
I can
heard
do
the
that.
word magi, but you do not know where the magi
And?
are, even conceptually.
Somewhere in important, the Hall of the Magi. I'm sure we heard something like that.
What? Oh, I'll just go
Let's
grab
see
cake.
how
I
this
mean,
goes. Fictional positioning.
I think the odds of you landing at like some bookstore that's called like the Hall of the Magi are not insignificant.
I like the idea of landing at a restaurant called McMagi's.
Plenty of good options.
So, please roll with wisdom.
Absolutely. I don't have disadvantage on my free.
Oh no!
Hey, look.
How do you like the core of the sun?
Okay.
It turns out Magi is the word for volcano here.
Well, wherever I land, you're coming with me. So enjoy.
I love these games. Who needs a deck of many things?
That's
Fair.
the order travel.
So, I think two things happen. Firstly, you successfully teleport in front of the guarded Hall of the Magi.
Mm.
The right place. And you won't doubt it.
We see two guards. They are, I think, wielding more armor, more like you're familiar with, like this silvery metal plates, and like within the like. I think you can see the light from some kind of this time blue, glowing gemstone from behind it that seems to be some kind of power source they use. They look like two of them. They look kind of like honor guards, like they are wielding large, tall glaives, and they look startled when this portal appears and both of you jump out of it, and then this time it disappears, and they're about to like I think they lower their weapons towards both of you who are there, and then everything shakes. Like there's an earthquake, except you're at the top of except you're on a tree. And I think just like there's this rumble that rises from for like everyone in both places experience this, and seemingly from the whole tree, and the tree starts shivering or shaking, and there are distant, of course, screams of people just like reacting to this earthquake equivalent for a moment, before it seems to calm down and stop after about 20 seconds.
Okay, you have a thing?
Now, Mr. Guards, I assume this is not the first time that this rumbling has happened, yes?
Yeah, they were obviously very startled by that.
That's why we're here.
I put my sword away.
Apologies for the abruptness of our entrance. We are under the authority of not only the great dragon in the sky, may he fly in peace.
You
I
follow
also,
the great dragon?
We were sent from the front, back where that other portal is, I name it. They decided that we needed, or they had some strange occurrences going on there too. That's
You're
why we
already
got
disguised, right? Both of you?
Here. Yes,
I
am.
I
You are
never said
not.
I was.
Okay.
I'm an
My
expert.
friend,
I
there
am an
was a lot of
expert in my
magical
field.
residue. There was a lot
Yes.
of magical residue. He's looking a little differently now than he did before.
I'm an expert in my field. I also come under the authority of the House of Catham, and I pull out a signet ring.
I look at the signet ring a little confused, but we
Mhm.
need to consult with the Magi, please.
We weren't told that you were coming.
It is
You will
As
wait.
you
very
can see, we came rather abruptly. As
You
I
will wait
said.
under guard while we consult with them
of course.
here.
All
Yes.
right.
The two
So-
guards share a look. and then
Who's going? Are you going? Are you going?
one of them, they're both helmeted. It's hard to tell. The only one who spoke so far had a male voice, but they are the one who goes back inside, and the other one who hasn't spoken yet still has their weapon like lowered at you, and because it's 2 against 1 now, so they're being careful. And they're just expecting you to wait there until they hear back.
I'm quite happy to do something like that. Though, probably, chatting about how time is of the essence, there's a reason why we teleported here instead of waited to travel a couple times, even if it was very
Yeah.
dangerous.
Urgent.
And all the
Urgent.
trials that we got to get here. So if their friend doesn't get back quickly, if maybe they could escort us.
You know, the fabric of not only our realm, but all realms that our realm touches could be in danger.
You felt that tremor, did you not?
The guard finally acknowledge, like they haven't been reacting to what you've been saying, but then they give you their like face moves under their helmet a bit towards you when you say that, like that seems to be bothering them. You can pick up the tremor.
There were a number of those happening where we were stationed. That's something that we're come to try and talk about, and we think we might have a way to fix it.
Yes, I am a tremorologist. I know these are not natural. These are
Specialize in arboreal tremors.
Yes.
Okay. I think that one of you is rolling to compel this person.
How about tell a outrageous or grandiose lie?
Sure. Let's go with that. That works.
So wait, what's your charisma? I assume that's a charisma roll.
Yeah, it's a +1 for my
Oh,
charisma.
okay, mine's
But
also a
it's not
+1,
currently
but
conditioned.
mine is a locked condition, so I will help you in this instance.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Because either way, I'm part of the consequence.
So help is 3, and that's advantage in this case.
Yep.
Well, wait, you said you had a condition in it, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do you want to roll it if
Unless
you
if you want the XP, you could roll it.
Oh no, I have 10 XP. I'm good until we settle in.
Alright, then let's make that
Like to
roll.
survive till he settles in.
Perfect.
That is
So on a
great.
7, they'll be fooled, but not for long.
As
Perfect.
long as we need them to be fooled.
Let's
Yeah.
get it Magi in the center.
So you hear the guard speaks, a woman's voice, and she says, "I've never heard of anything like this happening before. Or what exactly caused it then?" And she like reveals that she's like very like distressed. She's never.
I'm working off of some theories. One theory is, the great serpent is eating its own tail too quickly before it regenerates. There's another theory where perhaps the blood gods are coming down and raining terror.
That sounds really
literally
bad.
just doing
Okay, yeah. Let me just see where they are.
every
just-
single culture's apocalyptic event. I'm spewing.
Yeah, yeah,
The realms grating against each other, causing
like
these-
yeah.
Great
Like
cheese grater event.
yeah, yeah. The dimensional
the
tectonic plates are like
dimensions.
pinballs are bumping against each other. That's how it works. Okay, yeah. There's just like okay. Just stay back. Just don't touch anything. Follow closely. I'll see where I can. Okay.
Of
Careful.
course, we no intention to do anything but follow you.
What?
Lead on.
Yeah, and
Yep,
they
long
like
live the queen.
a bit jumpy. Lead you into the hall of the Magi. While that is happening, Bert and Mike, you were heading towards the archway, if I'm not mistaken. You were nearly there when the ground beneath you and above you and on the berry branch to the side all started like shaking. There was a great commotion that you could hear from inside past the archway where you saw the people going into. And you can now hear, I don't think they'd be rushing back So I don't think there's people rushing specifically towards back in your direction, the ones that left. But I think it's definitely very louder. Everyone seems quite just from the voices you can hear, they seem echoing up or echoing out rather from the archway. You hear a multitude of voices speaking. Um, if there was a really different Fey language, we would have encountered it right now. Okay, it's fantasy. Everyone speaks the same language. So I think you encounter a multitude of voices that look very or sound very like fearful. Might be the right way to put it. None of them seem to know what that tremor was. Um, assuming you're peeking through the archway carefully, or Bert just striding in there. Mike
Yeah.
maybe peeking through it carefully.
Walking in.
You can see the entire trunk of this tree seems hollowed out with. And it's probably several combined city blocks in terms of size. There is what looks like carved with the same wood, everything in here, with gems as lights that don't seem to be actively placed around, just seem to be like um, embedded or look like they were almost like part of the inner tree trunk are here. There are much smaller houses and abodes and buildings carved into the um, along the edge of the trunk with various levels of floors and streets and bridges across. In the center is a series, probably a couple different, a large spiral staircase with several levels that branch out depending on, like, for each floor, at the center of which inside is what looks like a elevator platform, basically, to descend all the way up and down the tree. Um, it seems to be both very tall and very deep. The number of people here, though, seem a lot smaller than the space would make it seem. You see probably, as you look at the crowd gathered above and beyond and below, it looks to be maybe 10,000, you estimate. Quite high, but for this place looks like it could house much more.
Shit. I guess when the shaking subsided, I would probably like go over to a fairly secluded area, a little out of the way, clear off a spot of the tree that I'm standing on, touch the ground, and be like, "What's up, big guy? What's going on?" You
Okay.
know, like very, very gently, just asking the tree what the fuck that was.
Good idea. I think you are communing with nature.
Actually, I am an earthly disciple. Well, I am a bridge between worlds, so I can just talk to plants.
Okay, so you're
And
doing
I'm
it
an
that
earthly
way.
disciple, so I can compel them as
Okay. Um, so I think that this plant, the tree doesn't respond to you like any plant you've heard before. Um, I think that what's the right way to describe it? Despite looking like magical and giant, the tree itself, as you touch it, it feels. You get a sense that it feels sickly, of a sort. It feels like what is left here seems to be a skeleton, or it seems to be wasting away. It seems like it's almost been hollowed out, but you know that that wouldn't be the it seems like it's something more than the actual physical hollowing out of its trunk. There's something else affecting it here. Um, it seems to have been affected much more so than you by the same influence that seems to be keeping your shapeshifting at bay.
okay. So the tree is Is it dying?
Yes, but like so slowly it wouldn't die within your lifetime.
Okay. That's still concerning when you're
Yeah.
talking to something that knows it's dying.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's just like words of comfort and like trying to find out what the tree can tell me about why it's suffering.
Okay. Um, yeah, I think the tree, it feels like it is almost, it's not entirely lucid as you talk to it, is probably the right way to put it. The first few things it tells you don't quite make sense. It feels, um, its tree equivalent of pain, and it's almost felt like this chronic pain for a very long time. It talks it yeah talks about how things used to be fine, and like it used to be um, a sort of like beacon of the forest that it was in. It doesn't remember when that was. It's a tree. It doesn't keep track of time. Even that's normal for trees. Um, but it remembers a long time ago that there was some kind of um, calamitous change, and it was effectively uprooted and replanted forcefully at its current size, by the way. Um, and it has struggled to survive since then, and whatever has been affecting it happened when it was uprooted and has been um, slowly killing it since then.
So
Can
the
it?
thing was there before it was uprooted?
Sorry?
So the thing that was killing it was there before it was
The killing
uprooted, or just
No, it happened when it was replanted. Basically, is its term
okay?
for it. That's when whatever was replanted and feels like poisoned soil or something. Like it just feels like everything has been it has been getting sick since it was forcefully replanted.
Okay.
Okay.
That is
Um,
all it knows. You can push it for more, but I think that would be going up to like consulting with the spirits of nature to try and delve into it more than it is able to freely tell you.
yeah. Yeah, I think the only real question I would have at that point is like if it knows where this problem exists, where on the tree.
Yeah. Um, it does tell you that the problem seems to exist deep, but like it's coming from the roots,
Okay.
um, the bottom of the tree, or somewhere that is at the bottom or beneath it.
Okay, good to know. I tell it that I will investigate further.
It doesn't seem to notice. It's not lucid
Yeah,
enough to really thank you or anything.
that's fine. It might remember something.
Yep. Okay.
Meanwhile, how many shots are going off in the background, Bert?
I'm not firing just yet, but everyone's gathering.
Yeah.
Um,
Everyone is
I'm
gathering and murmuring and a lot more frightened than they were before.
I'm trying to stay at the very, very back of the crowd, so when they all turn to leave, their bird is.
Okay. Sure. So you make your way down. The crowd is not a singular one, is the right way to put it. They are spread out throughout several of the more center floors of this tree right now.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
just focused on our neighborhood first, and then bankrupt Bert's and can gain more notoriety farther up and down the tree. But,
Perfect.
an empire's built one branch at a time.
Yep.
So I'm gonna be between the crowd and their way back to their homes, so they are forced to confront Bert on their way back.
Excellent. Okay. As you make your way towards the crowd, you see everyone suddenly goes quiet as they do. You look up and you see a hovering platform seems to extend from the center of part of the tree, from one of the walls at the center verticality, center vertical level. Um, Standing on it, you see six similar like royal guard, like glaive wielding, same people we saw in front of the Hall of the Magi, and one one figure sitting on a gleaming blue throne. It seems to be carved out of a single giant gemstone. The platform seems to be hovering in the air. And it looks like it's well lit. They're using bright, sort of like light yellow and a mixture of colors, but mostly like light yellow and close to white gemstones that are glowing around for light. Everyone goes quiet as they watch the platform, and the Queen of the Fae begins to give a speech. While that is happening, I will summarize what it is as it goes on, but I wanted to ask if you're doing anything right now first.
Oh, I've been stalling because I don't have a good plan to get everyone to think
Okay,
I'm the
perfect.
big guy on campus.
While that is
that was-
happening,
I mean, I have a plan for you if you want it, but it's
Well,
fucking stupid.
Let's hear it. Let's
I'd
hear it. What's
recommend
the
a
plan?
grassy knoll.
I would recommend just firing your gun in the air and meeting her with your steely gaze.
Ooh.
That sounds like a real Bert thing to do.
Mm. Yes. The other option I'm considering is trying to outspeech her and make her notice me.
it's gonna go with a rap battle.
Hold on. You want to Alexander Hamilton in Hamilton her.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll stick
I'm
with
gonna
this
listen
scene
to her
for.
speech. I'm gonna wait for it to start wrapping up before.
Okay, then we'll switch
we-
scenes then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vorfoli and Dallen, you're both escorted inside the Hall of the Magi. It Getting a look around before you went inside, just to get your bearings for where you are within the tree. It looks like you are somewhere inside the trunk at a level you can't tell what level. It could be near the top or near the bottom. It's not near the center. You don't see like I think you can maybe hear like the distant, I can't discern what words are being said, echo of some kind of speech, but you're not close enough to know what's being said.
Can't
You
follow voices and get there in 5 minutes.
Yeah. No.
Sounds good.
You get escorted inside, and I think the Hall of the Magi is common pattern here, but more so than most, crystalline. You can see various even the decorations and things that they seem to be, as I said, using crystals and gems for power source. Here they're also using them for what looks like art and sort of presentation here. There are statues and creations of arranged, floating, and often still like rotating or otherwise still moving crystals. The weird office toy with the balls that go back and forth. They have that, but vertical
giant
and
gems?
crystals, and each of them are a different color. Where it's just like one goes up and then down, and the bottom one goes up and then down. That's one example. They just have a bunch of strange decorations here. The guard escorts you past several of them and several closed doors here in a curving hallway as it curves off to the right. You hear a single voice. I think you hear a conversation basically as you get closer, and eventually the first guard gets to the second guard, who, as you recognize the voice of the second guard. In the distance, they're talking to someone. You can't clearly hear who they're talking to, but the guard looks to you and says, like, "Wait here just a second." And then she steps forward in through like a slightly ajar door, where you heard the voice coming from, and is temporarily out of line of sight if you want to do anything.
Yeah, I'm fine with. If you start moving,
Oh no,
I
I don't know. I will. While we're walking through, I will mentally communicate to my dragon. it'd be like, is the smell more here or?
Your dragon has accompanied you in your backpack?
Yeah, I would think I can just summon him from like the gem,
Oh yeah,
right?
sorry, that's what I meant. No, yeah.
Yeah,
So he's sort of present in there.
yeah.
Okay. He says, "Yes, it is stronger. Whatever
Can
it
you
is."
follow it?
Yeah.
Is there little wisps of smell and you float along and follow it like a cartoon?
I think he says, "I can only try." And yeah, I think he quickly manifests out of the necklace, and he starts gliding further down, actually, past where the guard went, and like further deeper into the hall.
Okay. I'm like, come on, come on, come on.
Yeah, sure.
Because now we know where the Magi's are.
Walk quickly and purposefully. Look like you're supposed to be here.
Perfect. Okay. You are probably gone for about 30 seconds before you hear someone calling out, like, "Hey, where are you? And you hear like the woman say, like, "You have one chance to get back here, and I won't report this."
I'm just following my dragon.
They wait 10
Into
seconds.
calling dragon.
All right. And then they start actively searching for you. They know the place much better than any of you, and all
It's
of the
fine.
I think
We have
there's a
another
minute.
free sword.
All of the gemstones after a moment turn the shade of red for alarm.
No, there's an alarm gemstone.
Wonderful.
And there's just like a buzzing, like there's a klaxon, basically a fey version of a klaxon going right now.
So where exactly are we going?
Just wherever this leads. I think the dragon says, a bit more bothered than it wants to let on.
I will pull out the warhammer now.
Yeah,
because I think
you're
we're
still
gonna
in
be
the
fighting.
hallway. It's pretty long, but you haven't been gone. It's been like less than a minute since you started
Well, I
walking.
guess lying's out the window. I'll pull out the sword as well.
Okay, perfect. You
Can I create a quest now?
you can create a quest. Well, let me check the quest notes because don't you have to? I don't know what it is. Did I
think it's
change the
whatever.
quest text, or is it like dedicate yourself to one
This
through
is.
prayer and meditation? Are
Oh
you
yeah, for sure.
dedicating yourself to a quest here and now through prayer and through,
Is
not,
it something that you could reasonably have done instead of moving furniture?
or that is it how you do it for some reason?
Yeah, it's like
Meditate
I think
through philosophy, okay?
because
Feng shui.
if the quest is get the fuck out of the Fey realm, I'd be like, oh my god, I can't be moving furniture here anymore.
I think that's fair. We can say you've done it.
Yeah.
Rangers will be jealous that I'm letting them use flashback.
What now?
I mean, I also have ready for anything if you want me to use that.
That's fair. But you don't have flashback specifically.
No.
Either way, yeah, you can still have done it.
I'm trying to figure out the wording because I would assume this is like something done with the dragon because I'd be like, what do you want to do, Dragon Man? If he was like, I want to figure out what that smell is, that would be the quest.
Yeah, I think it's not just figure it out. I think it wants to address it, might be the right way to put it. Because it knows. I think your dragon has a hunch that if it's bad, it has to be like eliminated. But if it's good or something, it has to be helped. Like it's this something has to be done here, and I don't know what yet.
So while
Okay.
we're speed walking along the corridors, I'd like to ask who or what here is weak or vulnerable. For eye for weakness under that.
Okay.
Basically, if we're caught, what do I do to get out of the situation? What can I take hostage? What is weak?
Yeah. Who or what here is weak or vulnerable? As you are running through this corridor, you haven't seen anyone but the two guards. this place, like a lot of the places here, there are a lot more places to hide than there are people. And so if you need it, basically, if you haven't seen even any other guards yet coming for you, there probably are more guards, but there's still far fewer than there should be for a place of this size. Meaning that I think that's basically their vulnerability, is just the amount of places that you can hide and ambush from and things like that.
If we see someone coming, we hide. Ambush then.
Yeah, there's still several doors left and right. Hopefully they're not locked, but
You hide in one of those.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I wrote the quest as address the Smellephant in the realm.
Sure.
What is my blessing that comes across with that?
I think the best thing is a let me go because there's some examples, aren't there? Yeah.
Oh, there are.
There's some examples of what the blessing could be: a voice that transcends language, vulnerability to bladed weapons, etc. In this case, it will be a like perpetual sense of its of like the direction to go is basically going to be it. This is exactly the dragon thing.
It's a perpetual sense of like the right direction.
Yeah. And
I have
so
like
if this quest,
You have sense smell.
yeah, you have guidance trail of just like this is where the waypoint says to go for this.
The Skyrim that one spell you use your first playthrough because like, oh, it's cool, but then like never use
I
it
actually
again.
never use it in the first place. I don't even know what it looks like. I think.
It's just a glowing line. You can use it to
glowing
up your
line.
conjuration quickly if you're, grinding.
Cool.
So
yeah, I think it's just this true sense of it. It's probably an upgrade to the dragons thing of like general direction. It'll be like if you come to two doors, it'll be like this door.
so
Will it work even
perpetual
if the
sense
dragon
of the
isn't
right direction.
Yeah. What was your question, Marissa?
there? Will it work even if the dragon isn't there, or is it tied to a dragon?
It is
No, the
your
quest
blessing, so I
works,
think it would
yeah.
work either way. If while your dragon's out there, it'll probably just be through it for narrative reasons. But I think in this case, if it is somehow, if it's in your necklace or stuff, you might feel your necklace like slightly pull towards it, the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Speaking of guards, you do see two more guards up ahead. Glaives ready point at you, and I think you hear someone say, "Stop, intruder!"
So they see us before we see them.
They see each other at the same time. I think they're like
Yep.
they're waiting at the end of the hallway. There's another much larger door here, and they are guarding it. I think this is probably a chase scene. Weirdly enough, unless you want to kill them.
Chase or fight? I do like fighting.
I like fighting too. We put the two fighty people together.
Okay,
let's
so fight these guys.
I think-
Maybe chase
I
from
think
the guys
it's
behind
a
you.
chase, but we go around the corner and wait for them.
It's not a chase. That's an ambush.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah, absolutely. Let's use the couple of seconds we have to duck somewhere else. They know we're there, but ambush. Make it look like we're running, and
Yeah, that's what I meant. Make it look like we're
Oh.
gonna be running and starting a chase, but then we just ambush them when they start running after us.
Okay, I think this is defy to get them to assume that that is what you will do.
Okay,
Wait.
so this is defy with
Now-
instinct.
Now, before we do the defy,
I think
can
it's
I
it, yeah.
can I give a little speech to Dallen and my little dragon friend?
Oh,
Like
I'm
as we
so
go to turn
curious.
around.
like is this while you're hiding, or is this gonna be now?
No, when we're running to go hide,
Okay, I mean,
I go.
I'm fine with it.
Do not worry, Dallen. We will be victorious here because my powers given to me by the dragon, and your powers given to you by various poisons. We will be strong,
Amazing
and
power.
we will do it
Poison.
together. And I'm using my Ride for Ruin move.
Perfect.
um,
What?
I'm gonna push myself, which is really bad because that's the last one before I'm out. So I'll push myself. This is dumb.
Wow.
Okay.
So 2 dice, because I am locked burned on my charisma. So here we go. An 8.
On
Which-
a 7 to 9, so on 7 plus, each ally takes 2 inspiration. So you
And Dallen.
and Allen each have 2 inspiration that you can individually spend to do one of the things listed. And however, I also gain 2 fear, which I can spend to make enemies worse, make things worse for you.
Hmm.
Okay. Act fearlessly, gain armor, and make the attack ignore armor. Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Don't look at the negatives.
No, the negatives are fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Okay. So let's see how
So I
this
just
goes.
roll the defy with int.
Yeah, you're gonna roll the defy with int to use this totally good idea to hide behind the corner. I think I'm gonna inflict.
Great
I'm gonna use one of my fear now because they can hear you talking about beating these guys as you're hiding behind the corner.
Are we both rolling, or is just one
Just
of
one
us
of you will be
rolling?
rolling.
Okay.
idea.
I will
so
help.
My int is 0, but
My
you
int is -1, and I just took a condition in it, so it's up to you.
And I'm inflicting
I will roll.
disadvantage because
So it
of
would
the fear.
cancel it.
And okay, so we're just doing a straight roll here.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Yeah, hold on. So you just used one of your fear, right?
Yep. Which
Yeah.
you can write that down. No fear.
Any
One
other way to
fear.
get dice? I could
There we
push
go.
myself. Your speech, it's wonderfully inspiring. I never would have thought we could beat them instead. So absolutely, I'll push myself. Why not? That sounds like
This
fun.
is not just the first hurdle, it is the most brutal hurdle we need to face. The guards.
As I'm turning to look at you and say, "What? Why on earth are you telling me this now?"
Why is there music in the background?
Will you
I
shut
think
up? They're gonna hear us.
I'm going to trip or something, and I'm just trying to decide. Put it in strength or dex. It's a fight. Which will I use more? Strength sounds like a great idea. I'm putting it in strength. And I just, fall for a moment and bash my hand.
Mm,
Yep.
mhm.
Beautiful.
Twisted wrist.
Perfect way to do it. And roll int. 5! Extra dice and advantage, and I got a 5.
Oh dear.
So you burst open, the door bursts open, into let's hide in here. You see 6 more guards because you're in their
A
bunkhouse.
break room.
You're in the break room. That's what it is. There's 6 more guards that are they're rolling dice, and one of them just yells a 5, and then they all look up at you. And then you quickly there's a pause, and then they rush to grab their weapons.
I think it's time to go, and I stab the sword into the ground. Try and teleport us out of there.
Okay.
At this point, where to is a good question.
Back to that room that we ran away from.
Yeah, probably.
Because that is the last place they'll look.
Or we could just go towards the smell, which I don't know anything about, and has many more interesting possibilities.
You could just you could try to go through the big doorway at the end of the hall that you couldn't go through before.
How about behind where we saw the guards before?
Could do
I'm
that.
going to try and teleport us there. That sounds like a great
In the direction
idea.
of the smell? Is that what you mean?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, in the direction of the smell, right behind the guards, so that they're running to the guard room, they won't see us behind them.
Okay.
Okay. And nope, where's that roll? Advanced moves. There we go. No, this doesn't need a push myself. This one's fine. I do have it. Yeah, okay. 6? See?
Still not good enough.
Fine.
Okay, perfect.
You got it.
So I think that you do the thing. You stick your sword in the ground and into the wood. It begins to like buzz, but you notice it. At first, there's a pause that's starting to take longer than it was before. Like it's going in slow mo to open the portal, and all of the gems, like the normal gem lights around you, start. Some of you would know the beginning of Stranger Things, where the lights just start getting brighter and brighter and brighter. The gemstones seem to be getting like almost blindingly bright just around you and the sword. And then there is a so and then everything in the tree starts shaking again, and then your sword disappears without you.
No,
Oh.
that's my only weapon.
For Foley, everyone is caught off guard with the other shake. They like all the guards are once again like looking around and trying to like take cover. You have like 1 second to do something.
Fools, foolish Fae, you don't know the power we wield. That sword has gone deep into the heart of this realm, and if you don't do exactly what we say, it'll explode everything. It'll be the least bad of the shakes you'll feel.
You want to
Because
scare them?
I have been causing the shakes, and
You
yeah,
have.
and I have sent the sword to go and assassinate your queen. Mental control over it. And if you do not do what we say, it's hanging over her head right now.
Well,
it is in
that's
the
telling
Union
a tall
Depository in the window.
You're telling
ready to
them
strike.
that you're telling them they're holding their queen hostage from a distance.
Mhm.
Yeah, obviously.
If it wasn't for the shaking, this would not even be okay.
Do I get my charisma tall tales?
You do.
Hold on. Yes, please. So
You do.
you have to roll it. I think we have the same charisma. Is yours?
Yeah, I've got it. I take it you're helping?
Yes, please. I don't want to die.
I'm going to push myself with a roll into int here. This just feels correct. Okay. 4 advantage. There
Yay!
Oh wow! Out of all of the things to succeed in. So I think the guards will like freeze when they hear this. And I think they're just like look at each other, and one of them says like, "They're not serious, right?" They and then another one says like, "No, I heard one of them fights with like a sword that can teleport. I think it might really be there." What are your demands? There's like I think there's a commotion from behind you as the other guards who were chasing you, 4 of them, like the ones who you ran into in front of you and the ones from behind, both show up, like watching this, and like they stop when they see that there's some kind of situation going down. They're also in the way of the exit right now, though.
We have 2 demands to start with. First off, you take us to the Magi, and second off, you escort us out of this building. Unharmed.
Do we take one of you to the Magi and the other one out of the building?
No, we stay together.
How? You know what? The Magi actually aren't in the building right now, so we can do that. Surprisingly.
I have a separate demand.
Which I will honor, and your queen is forfeit if this
Her head,
demand is also
her head
not-
her head is on the chopping block, Misters and Misses. I want to go. I use my impeccable sense of the right direction. That way.
Escort me that way.
You will bring me in this direction until I tell you otherwise.
Yes. I will be like a pointer, and you will take me where I point until I am done.
And I would like another sword, please. Not please, I mean, or else.
We are the best hostage taker. Pretty please, or your queen is dead.
Yeah, I think that like there's a pause while they process. And then they say, all right, so we'll escort you to the Magi who are outside of this building, pointing at Dallen, and we'll escort you in the direction you point.
Yes, until I find what I'm looking for. And then I would like to be escorted out with my friend.
How
They
about I
all look
just,
at each
you know,
other.
drop my. I'll go with him. Escort us in whatever.
Escort us
direction.
first, and then we go see the Magi.
Yes.
We really should have planned this out before.
Well,
The other four guards who just got here are like, "What, sir? What is happening?" One of the guards who was on break seems to be their, at least the leader here, and it's like they have the queen. They have the queen hostage. They have the teleporting sword. It's dangerous situation. Listen to what they say.
Yeah.
Take them like he points at the four guards who were the ones that you already met before and said like escort them the direction they say. The four guards like, you sure? Yes, do it. This is an emergency. Okay.
All right.
Yes,
Take
sir.
me this way.
This
Just start
yeah. They sort of
yeah.
follow in front and behind you as you start pointing the direction. You leave the other guards behind.
It's gonna be real awkward when we turn the corner and find the sword.
Oh. If that's where it is, I don't even know.
Yeah, it won't come back to you when you call it. Not that you want to right now. But
Well, it's not usually a matter of calling it, so I'm just kind of waiting for it to
oh
appear.
right,
and
you don't
it's
call it
not
normally. It's just
coming.
yep.
The best part about my ride for Ruin is it doesn't say when it goes away, so I still think we have it.
Yeah, I think so.
Honestly, I think the best part about your ride for Ruin is it's not bad for you, it's bad for other people.
Yeah, it's the leadership move. It's great. So, while that strange escort situation is happening, the queen is giving her speech. She is so she starts off by like applauding the Fae for their patience. She says that it won't be long before they retake their homeland and return to we don't have a name for the planet you guys are from, but the planet you guys,
Donatia.
yeah.
Return to the
Return to
world.
planet Duncan or something.
Not sponsored.
I just think the world is easy
Yeah.
enough.
Return to the world. She speaks about how she's just like speaking openly. She says that the first phase of testing has begun, has finished rather successfully. That the appearance of a primitive human, the remains of a primitive human village in a lake below were proof of the success of the new program, and that very soon they will be able to bring more places here. And by doing so, get what they need to basically join the Feywilds to the rest of the world. She tells them like if there's any more strange occurrences, these shakes that just happened twice now, and other strange occurrences might happen over the next few days, but that is totally normal. Do not be afraid. That is proof that the barrier that we have sought to break down for so long is finally beginning to crack. She seems like she's winding down her speech now. It's more. It seems like it wasn't. It seems like it has been like an update and a like. Let's get ready for the final push to finish this off. I think she finishes the speech with like, "It won't be long now before we can return to our ancestral homes."
Hmm.
God bless Famerica.
Yeah. As the speech is wrapping up, the people start muttering and turning back towards their
Hmm.
business. They are confronted standing in just pretty much
Yeah.
the middle of the street by Bert with the big hat, the big beard, the coat, and the pants.
Yep.
And
Like what? Yeah, there's like no one's walking towards you. You're kind of in. They've all like, oh yeah, let's go back and discuss this and go back to a
yeah,
regular life, and then they just
so
kind of
as
stop
everyone,
and watch you when they notice.
I give everyone, like, I'm guessing all like 50 to 100 people that are going that way. They all get a stink eye and are like, I'm just eyeing them all down till they slowly stop muttering.
Okay, yeah, they're
Um,
looking at you, actively scared.
yeah. I would then like to start my own speech, obviously without the leaf megaphone or whatever, about the about how I am new in town. These are the highlights. I am new in town. Um, there's problems here. I'm gonna fix them. Any anyone who cares to stand in my way will be fixed along with the other problems.
You
They
get
could
scared
find me
silence
if
the
there are
entire. Okay.
problems. Yeah,
Okay.
basically just trying to spook them into thinking that I'm the boss now. It's my branch. These are the summary points. This is my branch. Any problems should go through me. Um,
Okay.
yeah, and if they need to find me, they should just fire their guns in the air, and I'll come walking.
Okay. Um. So by default, they're planning to just sort of scaredly smile and nod until you go away, and then report you. How do you want them to not do that
I want them to understand that they will be shot.
if they report you?
Yes.
Okay. I think you're compelling them. Yeah. Threats of
I was going to
violence.
do a gracious performance for my impassioned speech.
Because speech has been your art so far, I will allow it.
Yeah. Um, for emphasis, if someone wants to like try to stand up to me, I'll shoot a hole in their hat or something.
How sad.
Yeah. But I don't think if everyone's just kind of staring awestruck, I want to like, yeah, roll
Random
Okay.
charisma and drive my point
cat
home.
destruction in this game. I don't know
Yep.
how to take this.
Okay. So, with a 10 on gracious performance, hold 3. What do you want to spend them on?
Hold 3. So yeah, um, from across the way, the queen must see me.
The queen must see you giving your speech.
Yes.
Okay, you see that the hovering platform begins to approach as you give your speech. Mike, you probably make sure you're well hidden because.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah.
As a reminder, she has about 6 guards there with her.
Yes. Well, you see, I can also make her like my ideas.
Mm-hmm. This person favors me.
Yes. The
And you're
queen
kicking up.
favors me for taking bold and decisive action and impressive leadership.
Okay. So I think you see the floating platform like approaches like you, and then um a ramp lowers from it. Actually, no, it wouldn't need a ramp. It would just like dock in even level with the street here. The guards get off first to form like an honor guard column on each side, and then you see the queen up close. Um, she is the only one who seems to be dressed. She seems to be dressed in um, like dress-like robes that are not faded for once. They seem to be an identical, almost camouflage bright blue sapphire shade of the same intricately carved throne that she is sitting on. But then she stands up and like walks down towards you. You can see that at her hip is a long curved, like
Gun.
sort of scimitar.
A long curved gun. Yeah.
She's also wearing various gem embedded jewelry, like bracelets, necklaces, tiara, that kind of thing. Her
Cool.
crown is relatively minimalist.
Yeah. Does this branch have like a sheriff or something who would also have been like who's actually supposed to be in
You
charge
could-
of this other branch?
Let's say yes.
Also favors us.
The
Yes,
local,
that's
the
what-
local precinct, basically. The
Yeah,
cap.
the local precinct captain is where my third hold is going, and they have to give me a gift. Those are my 3 holds.
You have a way with words.
Don't put your head in your hands. You made this game.
I do not have regrets as a game designer, just as a GM.
We all missed our calling when we went go fighting. Apparently, we do much better when we just open our mouth.
Apparently,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're much better bullshitters than we are battlers.
Yeah. So, the queen. We first see the queen step down. She steps towards you. She is about like a foot and a half taller than you.
I'm tall.
Oh, you are really tall. She is 3 inches taller than you.
Okay. Like a foot and a half taller than a 6-foot gnome is like a giant queen. I'm not opposed to giant elf queen. That's fine.
No, she's meant to be tall for a fae, but she's not meant to be
Like
taller.
female Snoke.
No, she's not meant to be. No.
I mean, I've been watching too much One Piece, and human height, elf, it doesn't matter. Everyone can be 10 feet tall.
Fair. So she looks at you. You can see like sort of curled dark hair and green eyes. And she looks at you curious, intrigued, and she says, "What manner of creature are you?" She clearly doesn't seem to think you are human. Because
So who am I? I am the notable bankrupt Bertson, gunslinger of the tunnels.
I see. You have some courage to come here into my city, among my people, and declare yourself a miniature ruler.
I'd say ruler. I'm just here to solve problems.
Good.
Clearly, problems are afoot.
I have one, if you would
I
like
have
to help
come
me
to
solve one. She looks at you like,
suggestions.
yeah. She says, "It would take some time to explain. Would you like to accompany me?"
Yeah, sure. We find my mushroom.
Bert, you're an idiot. All right,
Somewhere.
fine. Pardon me, ma'am. I don't mean to be skulking in front of royalty and whatnot, but as you can see, I kind of stand out in the crowd.
She looks a lot less intrigued and more suspicious of you, Mike. And she says, and she looks at Bert. She says, "This Myconid is with you? Are you still called Myconid in this one? Or I don't think we...
Yeah. I mean, they would have a word for it, I suppose. You know.
This creature is with you?
Yeah, Mike the mushroom. Mushroom Mike.
I see.
Yeah.
What do you think lives in tunnels?
It may come as well.
Cool.
Captain," she says, looking at, like, she doesn't look at it. She's still looking at Bert. One of the guards steps forward, and she says, "Mark this man, for now, as a guest of mine. the captain looks a bit like not sure why is his expression beneath the helmet, but he hesitates only briefly and then says, "Yes, my queen." Um, he steps towards you, Bert, still looking at you suspiciously, and he gives you your gift. In this case, your gift is, I think, going to be. I think it's going to be a
immunity.
kind of actually, yes. um, you're getting a bracelet with that same blue gem, and a carving of what looks like some kind of royal crest, the same one that's on the throne. Like carved into the back of the throne is this circled symbol of the tree that you are all on. Basically, it's like a coat of arms.
Cool.
But that is given to you, and the queen says, "With that, as long as you are a guest here, you may act in my stead and gain many privileges, but do not misuse it. For I think she says, for if you do, not only will I know, but I can take it away at a moment's notice. I am
Seems
Queen.
fair.
Oh,
I was going to say, seems fair.
I am Queen Aelwyn of this realm. Come with
Are we
me.
spelling elf names?
Oh,
She favors me.
yes. She says,
Oh, I was thinking AE with the little thing over the E.
"Yep. Come with me. I will tell you what problem needs to be solved." And if you accept, then both
Accept.
of you walk onto her guarded floating platform.
I wasn't going by myself. Is really what
That's
it was.
fair. And float away into the break.
Yeah.
Bert, I ever tell you were an asshole as we float away?
Please tell me
we're
her
never
problem
seeing-
is something with the Magi.
Oh, also, as we float away on the platform, I want to throw a handful of bullets into the crowd with my name carved on them.
Of course you do. Like rice at a wedding.
Yeah.
Call this the lead wedding.
That would be a name for an episode.
Wow, that's when I marry the elf queen and have a shootout.
Yeah, of course.
The
You have
lead
to
wedding.
kill her
So
skeleton
emailed it.
father with a
yeah,
bullet.
I get to
Oh,
go
it
and
was her
gun
dad,
duel
I
with a
forgot.
skeleton. I will totally gun duel a skeleton.
Yep.
Gun duel a skeleton for her hand in marriage. Now I want this to
That would be a good bit.
All right, we'll be back in a few minutes with whatever happens next. Yep. Because the emperor, the empress, the queen rather. There's not an empire here. The queen now favors you.
Yeah, I
And
gained the upper hand. This is what I did.
this is somehow true. We'll be back.
Yikes.